The notification sounds at 11:47 p.m., and I know immediately that something is wrong. Not because of the time. I'm always awake this late, laptop balanced on my knees, apartment silent except for the hum of the refrigerator. Not because of the tone, just the standard ding of an incoming email, but because of the way my stomach drops when I read the preview text. Location received. I'm on the way. I don't recognize the sender. The email address is just a string of numbers followed by a domain I've never heard of. My fingers are already cold as I open the message fully, and that's when I see it. My previous email, the one I sent 20 minutes ago, quoted below his response. Help. He's getting worse. I don't know what to do. Please come. Apartment 4B, 1247 Ashland Avenue. Hurry. My breath stops. That email was supposed to go to my best friend Sarah, who's a nurse. Sarah, who I desperately needed because my cat, my stupid, dramatic cat, ate something and was throwing up everywhere, and the emergency vet was closed, and I was panicking. I stare at the address in the header. One number off, one single digit different from Sarah's email. No, I whisper to my empty apartment. No, no, no. I sent a panic-coded distress message to a complete stranger, with my address, at midnight. And he's on the way. My cat, Mr. Darcy, chooses this moment to saunter out from the bedroom, looking perfectly healthy and utterly unbothered, his whiskers twitching with feline smugness. The paper he ate sits in a soggy pile on the bathroom tile. Crisis over. You, I hiss at him, are the reason I'm about to be murdered. I should call the police. That's the logical thing. Call 911, tell them I made a mistake, ask them to intercept whoever this person is. But my fingers are already typing a frantic response instead. I'm so sorry, wrong email, crisis resolved, please don't come, false alarm. I hit send and immediately follow up with another. Seriously, please ignore. My cat was sick. He's fine now. I meant to email someone else. So sorry. The 3 little dots appear immediately. He's typing. My heart hammers against my ribs. Too late, 2 minutes away. Oh my God. I'm on my feet now, pacing. Do I run? Where would I even go? Do I not answer the door? Pretend I'm not home? But he knows I'm here. I just emailed him twice in 30 seconds. My apartment suddenly feels very small, very isolated. I'm on the 4th floor and the hallway light has been broken for 3 days. The building's old, the lock's older. I have a deadbolt that sticks and a chain that wouldn't stop a determined teenager. Another message arrives. Don't run. My blood turns to ice. How does he know I was thinking about running? I move to the window, pulling the curtain back just enough to peek down at the street. Ashland Avenue is quiet this time of night. A few parked cars, streetlights casting orange pools on the pavement. Then I see it. A black SUV turning onto my block, moving slowly, deliberately. It stops directly in front of my building. The driver's door opens. I can't see much from 4 stories up, just a tall silhouette, broad shoulders, dark clothing. He doesn't hurry. He moves like someone who's never had to hurry in his life, like the world arranges itself around his pace. He disappears into my building. I'm frozen at the window, curtain clutched in my fist. What do? I could scream, but my neighbors are either elderly or college students who wear noise-canceling headphones. I could barricade the door, but with what? My IKEA bookshelf? Footsteps in the hallway. Heavy, measured, getting closer. Mr. Darcy meows and trots toward the door. The traitor. The footsteps stop, right outside my door. Silence. Long enough that I wonder if I imagined it. Long enough that my pulse is so loud in my ears I can't hear anything else. Then a knock. 3 precise raps. I know you're there. The voice is deep, smooth, with an accent I can't quite place, something European, refined. Open the door. It's not a request. My mouth is dry. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. You can go. Everything's fine. Open the door. Each word is carved from stone. I don't know you, I say, hating how my voice shakes. "This was an accident. Please, just leave." A pause. Then, "You sent a distress call. I don't ignore distress calls." "It was for my cat." Another pause, longer this time. "Your cat." "Yes. He ate paper. He's fine now. I'm fine. Please go away." I hear something that might be a sigh. "I came all the way across the city. You're going to open this door and let me verify you're safe, or I'm going to assume you're being held against your will and react accordingly." The threat is delivered so calmly it takes me a moment to process it. React accordingly. What does that mean? Kick down the door? Call his people? Because a man who talks like that definitely has people? You can't just... 5 seconds. This is insane. 4. I could call the police. 3. My hand is on the deadbolt before I consciously decide to move. Some instinct tells me that whatever happens if he gets to 0 will be worse than just facing this now. I turn the lock, slide the chain. My hand trembles on the doorknob. "Step back," he says from the other side. I do. The door opens slowly, and he fills the entire frame. Tall, well over 6 feet, dark hair pushed back from his face, long enough to curl slightly at the collar. Sharp jawline, the kind of bone structure that belongs on Roman statues. Expensive black coat over an equally expensive black suit, but it's his eyes that stop my breath. Dark, intense, and fixed on me with a focus that makes me feel pinned in place. He's beautiful, terrifyingly beautiful, and there's blood on his right hand. "Are you hurt?" His eyes scan me, clinical, thorough. He steps inside without invitation, closing the door behind him. No, I'm fine. Are you hurt?" I gesture stupidly at his hand. He glances down like he'd forgotten about it. "Not my blood." Oh. Oh, God. "You need to leave," I whisper. "In a moment." He's looking around my apartment now, taking in the cramped living room, the open laptop on the couch, the coffee table covered in student papers I was grading. His gaze catches on something, and his expression shifts microscopically. "That's the patient?" Mr. Darcy is sitting in the middle of my rug, tail curled around his paws, staring at the stranger with regal indifference. "Yes," I say. That's him. He's fine now, so you can go." The man walks past me, deeper into my apartment, and I'm too shocked to stop him. He shrugs off his coat, draping it over my armchair, and I see the shoulder holster underneath. The gun is black, sleek, and very, very real. "You have a weapon," I say faintly. "I have several." He's crouching now, extending one hand toward Mr. Darcy. My cat, who hisses at everyone including me, immediately bumps his head against those blood-stained fingers. What did he ingest? My brain is short-circuiting. Paper, just notebook paper. Amount? I don't know. A corner of a page? He threw it up. Breathing normal? Pupils reactive? Yes, he's fine. How do you know about... I know many things. He stands, and suddenly my small apartment feels microscopic. He's in my space, this armed stranger, and I should be terrified. I am terrified. But there's something else underneath it, something I don't want to examine. "You live alone? That's none of your business. It became my business when you sent me a distress call with your address." His eyes are on me again, and I feel exposed, like he can see through my oversized sweatshirt and yoga pants to every secret I keep. "The building security is inadequate. The lock on your door is 20 years old. Anyone could get in." "Someone did get in," I point out. "You." The corner of his mouth twitches. It's not quite a smile, but it's something. "I'm not anyone." "Clearly." I cross my arms, trying to create some barrier between us. "Who are you?" "Someone you should not have contacted." "I didn't mean to contact you." "And yet..." He pulls out his phone, types something with his thumb. "It's done now." "What's done? What are you doing?" "Making arrangements." "What kind of arrangements?" He looks up and there's something in his expression I can't read. Your building security will be improved by morning. The lock will be replaced. Someone will check the fire escape accessibility. I blink. I'm sorry, what? You called for help? I came. This, he gestures around my apartment, is unacceptable. This is my home. It's a vulnerability. He says it like that settles the matter, sliding his phone back into his pocket. You're a teacher? My gaze darts to the papers on my table. Student essays, red pen annotations covering the margins. Professor, English literature. How is that relevant? It's not. But he's looking at the books now, the overstuffed shelves that line every wall, the stacks piled on the floor because I ran out of space years ago. You read a lot of old books about dangerous men. He's picked up my annotated copy of Wuthering Heights, and I feel irrationally protective of it. They're not dangerous. They're fictional. Heathcliff. He reads the name off the spine. Obsessive, possessive, ruins multiple lives for revenge. It's romantic, I argue, then immediately want to take it back, because nothing about this situation calls for me to defend Victorian literature to an armed man in my living room. It's madness, he corrects, but he's setting the book down carefully, precisely. You romanticize dangerous things. They're books. Is that what you tell yourself? He's moving again, toward the window this time. He looks out at the street below, his posture relaxed but alert. The SUV that dropped off the college students 20 minutes ago, whose is it? How would I know that? You live here. You should know every vehicle, every pattern. He turns back to me. The man in apartment 3A comes home at 11:15 every night. Tonight he was 40 minutes late. Why? I don't spy on my neighbors. You should. It's not a suggestion. The woman across the hall has a boyfriend who visits Tuesdays and Saturdays. He has a key. Does she know him well enough to trust him with access? Oh my God, are you serious right now? I'm serious about your safety. You don't even know me. The words hang in the air between us. He's very still, studying me with those dark, unreadable eyes. Sophia Chen, he says finally, 29. Literature professor at Northwestern, moved to Chicago 3 years ago from Boston. Parents both deceased, no siblings. Your best friend Sarah is a nurse at Northwestern Memorial. You're allergic to shellfish. You run every morning at 6 a.m. in the park 2 blocks from here, always the same route. You wear noise-canceling headphones. You never vary your schedule. The blood drains from my face. How do you made yourself known to me tonight. He takes a step closer. When someone enters my awareness, I learn about them. It's how I stay alive. Your awareness? Who are you? I already told you, someone you shouldn't have contacted. That's not an answer. It's the only one you need. Another step. He's close enough now that I can smell his cologne, something dark and expensive, cedar and smoke. But since you went to the trouble of sending me a distress call, let me give you something in return. A rule. I don't want your rules. You do. His voice drops lower. Don't go out alone at night anymore. Don't keep your routine so predictable. Don't open your door unless you know who's on the other side. He pauses. And don't send any more desperate emails to strangers. Not everyone who responds will be as considerate as I am. Considerate? I let out a slightly hysterical laugh. You barged into my home, you're armed, you apparently investigated my entire life, and you think you're being considerate? Yes. No hesitation. Because a different person would have had very different intentions when they received an email from a young woman, alone, saying she needed help urgently. The implications hit me, and my knees go weak. He's right. God, he's right. Anyone could have gotten that email. Anyone could have come to this door. I'm usually smarter than this, I whisper. I know. Something in his voice softens fractionally. You were worried about something you care for. People make mistakes when they're afraid. I look up at him, this stranger who somehow feels less like a threat with every passing minute, and that scares me more than anything else tonight. "Why did you really come?" I ask. The truth. He's quiet for a long moment. Then, "I don't ignore distress calls." "That's what you said before, but why?" His jaw tightens. There's a story there, something dark and painful, but he's not going to tell me. Instead, he reaches out and does something completely unexpected. He gently tucks a strand of hair behind my ear. His fingers are warm despite the blood that's dried on them. "Lock the door after I leave," he says quietly. All 3 locks, and answers Sarah's calls. "She's tried to reach you 4 times in the last hour." He's moving toward the door, collecting his coat. I should be relieved. I should be rushing to lock the door the second he's gone. Instead, I hear myself ask, "Will you come back?" He stops, hand on the doorknob, and looks back at me. There's something in his expression I can't name. Surprise, maybe, or something darker. "Do you want me to?" It's a dangerous question. I know it's dangerous. This man is clearly involved in things I can't even imagine, things that involve guns and blood and security protocols. Every instinct should be screaming at me to say no, to let him walk out and pretend this never happened. "I don't know," I admit. His mouth curves into something that might be a real smile this time. "Honest, I like that." He opens the door, then pauses on the threshold. "You'll see me again, Sophia." It's not a question or a promise. It's a fact. Whether you want to or not, you'll see me again. Then he's gone, moving down the hallway with that same unhurried confidence. I stand frozen in my doorway, watching until he disappears into the stairwell. My phone buzzes, a text from an unknown number. 3 locks, now. I look down the empty hallway, my heart pounding. Then I step back inside and engage all 3 locks, my hands shaking. Mr. Darcy winds around my ankles, purring. "What just happened?" I ask him. He meows and saunters away, utterly unconcerned that we just had an encounter with the most dangerous man I've ever met. I sink onto my couch, laptop forgotten, and stare at the spot where he stood. My apartment smells like cedar and smoke now. There's a business card on my coffee table that wasn't there before, black, expensive cardstock, with just a phone number embossed in silver. Nothing else. I pick it up, turning it over in my fingers. I should throw it away. Should block that number from my phone. Should forget this ever happened and be grateful I'm still alive. Instead, I tuck it into my wallet. And I know, with absolute certainty, that my life just changed in ways I can't begin to understand. The new lock appears at 6 a.m. I'm just back from my run, the one he knew I'd take every morning, which is still deeply unsettling, when I find 2 men in coveralls outside my door. One is installing what looks like a high-tech deadbolt system, all chrome and digital keypads. The other is examining my doorframe with the kind of attention usually reserved for art restoration. "What are you doing?" I'm breathing hard, earbuds still in, Spotify still playing. My running playlist seems absurdly cheerful for this moment. "Building maintenance, miss," the first man says without looking up. He has a Brooklyn accent and tattooed forearms. "Upgrading security." I didn't request this. "Building owner did." The second man, older, gray at the temples, hands me a card. "You have questions, call this number." It's the same black card with the same silver embossed number that appeared in my apartment last night. Of course it is. "He doesn't own this building," I say, but even as the words leave my mouth, I'm not sure. How would I know? I rent from a management company that I've never seen in person. Gray temples gives me a look that suggests I'm being naive. He does now, as of 3 a.m. this morning. My mouth goes dry. He bought my building. Among other things. Tattoos is finishing up, testing the new lock with a series of beeps and clicks. "You'll get the access code via text. Fingerprint scanner gets activated tonight." Fingerprint, this is insane. "This is secure," Gray Temples corrects. "Old lock was a joke. Anyone with a credit card could pop it. That's not the point. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. The point is, you're safe now. You're welcome. I stare at the screen, then at the two men who are already packing up their tools, professional and efficient. They're gone before I can formulate a proper argument, leaving me alone in the hallway with a door that now looks like it belongs to a bank vault. Another text. Eat something. You never eat after running. My skin prickles. Is he watching me? I spin around, scanning the hallway, but it's empty except for Mrs. Chen from 4C shuffling out with her recycling. I type back, "How do you know that?" "I know everything about you now. Remember? This is stalking. This is protection. I didn't ask for protection." The three dots appear, disappear, appear again. Then, "You did. Last night. Help, you said. So I'm helping." I want to argue, but the horrible truth is that some part of me, some stupid, illogical part, feels safer knowing that someone is paying attention, that someone cares if I eat breakfast, if my lock is secure, if I'm vulnerable. That's the dangerous part. That's the part I need to shut down immediately. "I need you to stop this," I type. "No." Just that. No explanation, no justification, just a flat refusal. "You can't just decide to insert yourself into my life." "Already did. Go eat, Sophia." The way he uses my name, even in text, feels intimate, like he's saying it out loud, in that deep voice with that unplaceable accent. I go inside, using the new lock which reads my fingerprint on the second try, and find Mr. Darcy waiting by his empty food bowl, accusatory. "Don't look at me like that," I tell him. "Your midnight snack crisis caused all of this." He meows, unrepentant. I feed him, then stand in my kitchen trying to decide what to do. Call the police? And tell them what? That someone upgraded my security? That I'm receiving texts from a man who's somehow both threatening and protective? My phone rings. Sarah. "Oh my God, finally!" She sounds frantic. "I've been trying to call you since last night. I saw your email about Mr. Darcy and I was at work, and I couldn't leave, but then you stopped responding and I thought, Sarah, I'm fine. Mr. Darcy's fine. What happened? Your email sounded terrified." I sink into my kitchen chair. He ate paper. I panicked. "Everything's okay now." "Paper? That's what the emergency was?" I know, I overreacted. "Soph, you never overreact about anything. You once had a student throw a book at your head and you just asked him to pick a less valuable edition next time." I laugh, despite everything. "That's different." "Is it?" She pauses. "Are you sure you're okay? You sound weird." "I'm not okay. I'm the opposite of okay. A strange man investigated my entire life, bought my building, installed military-grade locks, and is now monitoring my eating habits. But I can't. Sarah, that because saying it out loud would make it real, would force me to take action, and some treacherous part of me doesn't want to take action. "I'm fine," I lie. "Just tired. Didn't sleep well." "Okay," she says slowly, clearly not believing me. "But I'm serious, Soph. You've been weird lately. Jumpy. Is something going on?" "No, nothing, I promise." We talk for a few more minutes. She tells me about a disastrous date, I pretend to be invested, and then we hang up. I'm left alone with my thoughts and my too-secure door, and my phone that keeps drawing my attention like a magnet. I should delete his number. I should call the management company and complain. I should do a dozen responsible things. Instead, I pick up the black card and turn it over in my fingers. He said I'd see him again. When? How? And why does the uncertainty feel more like anticipation than dread? The answer comes 3 days later, in the produce section of Whole Foods. I'm examining avocados with the concentration of a bomb diffuser. This is how I grocery shop, methodically, overthinking every purchase, when I feel it. That prickle at the back of my neck that means someone is watching. I turn slowly, scanning the store. It's 3 p.m. on a Thursday, moderately crowded with the lunch break rush. Nobody seems to be paying attention to me, but the feeling persists. Then I see him. He's standing near the bakery section, completely out of place in his dark suit and expensive watch, holding a baguette like he's never seen bread before. Our eyes meet across the store. He doesn't smile, doesn't wave, just inclines his head slightly, an acknowledgement. My heart kicks into overdrive. I should leave, should abandon my cart and walk out the opposite entrance. Instead, and I'll analyze this terrible decision later, I finish selecting my avocados and make my way toward him. Are you following me? I try to sound outraged, but it comes out more curious than anything. Yes. At least he's honest. Why? Because you shop at the same time every Thursday, you walk the same route home, and you carry too many bags at once instead of making 2 trips. Someone needs to make sure you get home safely. I've been getting home safely for 3 years. You've been lucky for 3 years. He sets down the baguette, still looking at it with faint confusion. How do you know if bread is fresh? The question is so unexpected that I laugh. Seriously? I don't buy groceries. What do you eat? Someone prepares meals. Someone. I pick up the baguette, squeeze it gently, then hand it back. This one's from this morning, still soft. See? He takes it from me and our fingers brush. That same electricity from the other night, that same dangerous awareness. He feels it too. I can tell from the way his eyes darken slightly. Thank you, he says quietly. We're standing too close. The bakery smells like cinnamon and yeast, and there are people all around us, but it feels like we're alone. You can't keep doing this, I say, but my voice lacks conviction. Doing what? Following me, watching me, buying my building. I can do all of those things. He shifts slightly, and I realize he's positioned himself so he can see both me and the store entrance. Always alert, always watching. The question is whether you'll let me. Let you? You didn't ask permission. Would you have given it? No. Then asking would have been pointless. He glances at my cart. Yogurt, fruit, whole grain bread, vegetables. You don't eat enough protein. Oh my God, are you seriously critiquing my groceries right now? Someone should. But there's something almost playful in his tone, something that doesn't match the dangerous intensity of his presence. Come have coffee with me. It's not phrased as a question, but it's not quite a command either. It's somewhere in between, in that gray area where he seems to exist. I should say no. You should, he agrees. But you won't. The confidence should be infuriating. Instead, it's magnetic. 1 coffee, I hear myself say. Then you stop following me. I'll stop following you so obviously, he counters. Can't promise more than that. And the coffee shop is 3 blocks away, a small Italian place that I've walked past 100 times, but never entered. He holds the door for me, a gesture that seems both old-fashioned and possessive, then guides me to a corner table with his hand on the small of my back. That hand, that light burning touch through my sweater. You come here often? I ask, trying to sound normal. I own it. Of course he does. An older woman appears immediately, setting down 2 espressos without being asked. She says something in rapid Italian to him. I catch maybe 3 words, none of them helpful, and he responds in the same language, fluid and natural. She smiles at him with obvious affection, then looks at me with sharp, assessing eyes before disappearing into the back. What did she say? I ask. She asked who you are. And you said? That you're important. He picks up his espresso, drinks it in 1 quick shot, purely functional. She wants to know your intentions. I almost choke on my first sip. My intentions? Nonna Rosa is protective. Of you? I've known her since I was 17. He leans back in his chair, and for the first time since I met him, he looks almost relaxed. She fed me when I had nothing. I bought her this cafe when her husband died. It's the first personal thing he's shared, the first glimpse behind the dangerous exterior. You were 17 and alone in Chicago? I was 17 and alone everywhere. His expression closes off slightly. A long time ago. Not that long. You're what, 35? 34? So we're 5 years apart. Not that it matters. Nothing about this, whatever this is appropriate or normal or sane. How did you end up here? I ask. Long story. I have time. No. It's gentle but firm. You don't want to know that story, Sophia. The way he says my name still does things to my pulse. Why not? Because then you'd understand exactly who I am. And you'd run. He leans forward, elbows on the table, close enough that I can see the faint scar on his left cheekbone. Right now you're curious. Curious is better. Better for who? Both of us. His phone buzzes. He glances at it, and something changes in his expression. Something cold and dangerous sliding back into place. He types a quick response, then stands. I need to go. What's wrong? Nothing that concerns you? But he's looking around the cafe now with that same alertness from the grocery store, calculating exits and threats. Stay here. Finish your coffee. Someone will drive you home. I can take the bus. No. It's sharp. Absolute. He pulls out his wallet, drops $200 bills on the table for an espresso that probably cost $3. Wait here. Don't leave with anyone except Marco. Big guy, scar through his eyebrow, drives a black Mercedes. I don't need... Please. The word stops me cold because it's the first time he's said it, the first time he's asked instead of commanded. Please, Sophia. Just this once, don't argue. Our eyes meet, and I see something in his that makes my stomach flip. Fear. Not of whatever situation he's walking into, but fear for me. Okay, I whisper. He nods once, then does something that steals my breath. He cups my face with one hand, thumb brushing my cheekbone, and leans down to press his lips to my forehead. It's brief, chaste, and more intimate than any kiss I've ever experienced. Then he's gone, moving through the cafe and out the door with that predatory grace. I sit frozen, my skin still burning where he touched me. Nonna Rosa reappears, refilling my espresso without asking. She says something in Italian, sees my confusion, then switches to heavily accented English. He is good boy. Dangerous, yes, but good heart. I don't think I should be here, I admit. Maybe no, she agrees, sitting down across from me like we're old friends, but you are here. So now you deal with consequence. What consequence? She pats my hand with her weathered fingers. He never bring woman here, never say someone is important. You understand? In 17 years, never. My throat tightens. Why me? You think I know the hearts of men? She laughs, but it's not unkind. Maybe you remind him of something. Maybe you are what he think he cannot have. Maybe... She shrugs expressively. Maybe God put you in his path for reason. By accident. It was an accident. No accidents. Not with him. She stands, squeezing my shoulder. Finish coffee. Marco will come. He is good boy too. All my boys, they are good boys who do bad things. She disappears again, leaving me alone with my thoughts and my rapidly cooling espresso and the knowledge that I just let a dangerous man, a man whose last name I don't even know, kiss my forehead and send me home with one of his people. What am I doing? The Marco arrives exactly 15 minutes later. He is, as promised, a big guy with a scar through his eyebrow and a black Mercedes idling outside. He doesn't say much, just opens the door for me and drives with the kind of defensive awareness that suggests military training. How long have you worked for him? I ask, trying to break the silence. 7 years. Is he good to work for? Marco glances at me in the rearview mirror. Boss is the best, pays well, protects his people, doesn't ask for anything he wouldn't do himself. Even the dangerous things? Especially the dangerous things. We stop at a red light, and Marco's eyes meet mine in the mirror. He's different with you. My heart stutters. Different how? Careful. Boss is never careful about nothing. But with you. He shakes his head. Never seen him like this. I don't know what to say to that, so I stay quiet for the rest of the drive. Marco walks me all the way to my new ultra-secure door, waits while I go through the 3-lock process, and doesn't leave until I'm safely inside. My apartment feels emptier than usual. I text the black card number. I'm home. Thank you for the escort. No response. I try again an hour later. Are you okay? Still nothing. By midnight, I'm pacing. By 2 a.m., I'm catastrophizing. What if something happened? What if that phone call was serious? What if he's hurt or worse? I'm being ridiculous. I barely know this man. His safety isn't my concern. Except it is. Somehow, in 3 days and 2 conversations, he's become my concern. My phone finally rings at 3:17 a.m. Unknown number, but I know who it is before I answer. Hello? You're awake. His voice sounds tired. You told me to wait for your call. I didn't say I'd call? You implied it. I'm sitting on my couch now, Mr. Darcy asleep on the cushion beside me. Are you okay? A long pause. Why do you care? I don't know, I admit, but I do. Another pause, longer this time. I'm fine, situation's handled. What situation? Nothing you need to worry about. People keep saying that, it's not reassuring. I hear what might be a quiet laugh. No, I suppose it's not. Where are you? Standing outside your building. My breath catches. I'm at the window before I consciously decide to move, pulling back the curtain. There, under the streetlight, is the same black SUV from that first night. I can see his silhouette in the driver's seat. You drove straight here, I say quietly. I needed to see you were safe. Marco brought me home hours ago. You've had confirmation. I needed to see it myself. My chest feels tight. Come up. Sophia? Please. I'm using his own word against him, the one he used in the cafe. Just come up, even just for a minute. The line goes quiet, but I can hear him breathing, making a decision. Unlock the door, he finally says. I do. All 3 locks, my hands steady this time. And when he appears in my doorway 2 minutes later, there's blood on his shirt and exhaustion carved into his face, but his eyes light up when he sees me. You shouldn't have asked me to come up, he says quietly. Why not? Because now I'm not going to want to leave. We stand there, frozen in the threshold, the hallway light casting shadows across his face. He's dangerous. He's involved in things I can't understand. Every rational thought tells me to send him away. Instead, I step back and open the door wider. Then don't, I whisper. And he comes inside. He doesn't touch me. That's the surprising thing. He comes inside, closes the door with careful precision, and stands in my living room like a soldier at rest, alert but motionless. The blood on his shirt is dried, dark against the white fabric. You're hurt, I say. Not mine. He said that before. Whose is it? Someone who made a mistake. His eyes track me as I move to the kitchen. Don't. Don't what? Don't take care of me. Don't make this harder than it already is. But I'm already filling a glass with water, already pulling out the first aid kit I keep under the sink. Years of living alone taught me to be prepared. Sit down. Sophia. Sit down. Something in my voice makes him obey. He sinks onto my couch, and it's jarring to see this powerful man in my small space, surrounded by my books and my clutter and my ordinary life. I hand him the water. He drinks it in 3 long swallows, and I try not to notice the strong line of his throat, the way his jaw works, the exhaustion that's making his shoulders curve forward slightly. Take off your shirt, I say. His eyes flick to mine, dark and unreadable. Careful what you ask for. I'm a grown woman. I can handle seeing someone's chest. but my voice wavers slightly, betraying me. He stands slowly, and the air between us changes, thickens. He unbuttons the shirt with deliberate movements, never breaking eye contact, and I realize this is a test. He's waiting for me to look away, to flinch, to show fear. I don't. The shirt falls away, and, God, his body is a map of violence, scars everywhere, some thin and surgical, others ragged and brutal. A bullet wound near his left shoulder, something that looks like a knife slice across his ribs. The evidence of a life I can't imagine, written in scar tissue and pain. Still want to take care of me? His voice is rough. Yes. I'm surprised by how steady I sound. Bathroom. Now. He follows me into my tiny bathroom, and suddenly the space feels microscopic. I can smell him, sweat and copper and that cedar cologne, and feel the heat radiating off his skin. I wet a washcloth, wring it out. This is someone else's blood? Yes. Did you kill them? A pause. Do you want the truth? Always. No, but I would have. He says it matter-of-factly, like discussing the weather. He's in a hospital now, under guard. He'll wish I had killed him. I should be horrified. I should order him out of my home. Instead, I'm pressing the warm cloth to his chest, washing away the evidence of whatever happened tonight. His skin is hot under my fingers, his muscles tight. What did he do? I ask quietly. Tried to hurt someone under my protection. Who? His hand comes up, catching my wrist. Not hard, just holding. You ask a lot of questions. You don't give a lot of answers. No. But his thumb is moving against my pulse point now, and I can feel my heartbeat accelerating. I don't. We're very close. I can see the flecks of gold in his dark eyes, the tiny scar through his left eyebrow that matches Marco's. Something happened to both of them, something that left marks. What's your name? I whisper. Your real name, not just boss or whatever they call you. He's quiet for so long I think he won't answer. Then, Dante. Dante. I try it out, let it roll off my tongue. It fits him, dramatic, dangerous, poetic. Italian? Sicilian, different thing. His eyes search my face. Does it matter? I don't know yet. His mouth curves into something that might be a smile. Still honest. God, you're going to destroy me. How? Because I'm trying very hard not to touch you right now, and it's taking every shred of control I have. My breath hitches. What if I want you to touch me? You don't. You think you do, but you don't understand what that means. He releases my wrist, steps back, putting distance between us. I'm not a good man, Sophia. The things I've done, the things I'll do, you can't unknow them once you know them. Then don't tell me, just... I reach for him, and he catches my hand before I can make contact. Just stay. For tonight. You're exhausted. If I stay, I won't sleep on your couch. The implication hangs between us, heavy and electric. I'm not asking you to sleep on the couch, I hear myself say, and some distant part of my brain is screaming that this is insane, that I've known this man for 3 days, that he's confessed to violence and danger and darkness. But the larger part, the part that's been lonely for 3 years, the part that's tired of being careful and sensible and safe, wants this, wants him. Sophia. My name is a warning. Think about what you're offering. I'm offering my bed to someone who's protecting me, who bought my building and upgraded my locks and sent someone to make sure I got home safely, who checks that I eat breakfast and worries about my routine. I take a step closer. That's not nothing, Dante. Something breaks in his expression. The careful control cracks, just for a moment, and I see underneath want and loneliness and something almost desperate. Then he's moving, one hand sliding into my hair, tilting my face up, and his mouth is on mine. It's not gentle. It's claiming and possessive and fierce, like he's been holding back for days and can't anymore. His other hand grabs my hip, pulling me against him, and I feel the full power of his body, the strength he's been keeping leashed. I kiss him back with equal hunger, my fingers digging into those scarred shoulders, and he makes a sound low in his throat that goes straight through me. When he finally pulls back, we're both breathing hard. "Bedroom," he growls. "Now, before I change my mind and do the right thing." I take his hand, that dangerous, blood-stained hand, and lead him to my room. While I wake up to sunlight streaming through my curtains and an empty bed, for a moment, I think I dreamed it, all of it. The kiss, the way he held me through the night, the words he murmured in Italian that I didn't understand but felt anyway. Then I see the note on my nightstand, written in strong, angular handwriting. Had to go. Work. You're safe. D. I pick up the note, tracing the single letter of his signature. So careful, so controlled. Even his handwriting reveals nothing unnecessary. My phone buzzes. Text from the black card number. "Don't go to campus today." I frown, typing back, "I have classes. Canceled them. Call in sick." "You can't just cancel my classes." "Already done. Your department chair received an email from you 20 minutes ago. Migraine." My jaw drops. "You hacked my email?" "Yes, stay home." "Dante." The 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. Then, "Please." That word again. The one he uses so rarely, it stops me in my tracks every time. "Why?" I type. "Because something happened last night. Something that means you need to stay out of sight for a few days while I clean it up." Fear trickles down my spine. "What happened?" "The man I put in the hospital. He knows about you now." My fingers are numb on the screen. "How?" "He saw Marco bring you home. Made the connection." "What connection?" "That you're important to me." The words sit there on my screen, stark and undeniable. "So what does that mean?" I ask. "It means your leverage. It means his people might try to use you against me. It means you stay home, behind 3 locks and upgraded security, until I make very clear that touching you would be the last mistake anyone ever makes." I should be terrified. I am terrified, but underneath that fear is something else, a primal part of me that responds to his protectiveness, his barely controlled violence on my behalf. For how long? 2 days, maybe 3. I can't just hide in my apartment for 3 days. You can and you will, or I'll come over there and make sure you do. That's not... My doorbell rings. I freeze, phone in hand. It rings again, insistent. "Don't answer it," Dante texts immediately. "How did you..." "Camera in the hallway. I can see your door." "You put a camera outside my apartment?" "Yes, don't answer the door." The bell rings a 3rd time. Then a knock. Then a voice. "Miss Chen? Northwestern Daily. We're doing a story about Professor Martelli's retirement, and we understand you worked with him closely." I move toward the door, and my phone explodes with texts. "Sophia, no. Do not open that door. That's not a student journalist." My hand freezes on the lock. "How do you know?" "Because there is no Professor Martelli in your department. I checked the entire faculty directory. It's a ruse." My blood turns cold. Someone is outside my door, lying, trying to get me to open up. "Miss Chen?" The voice again, friendly, unthreatening. "It'll just take a minute." "I'm 2 minutes away," Dante texts. "Don't open it. Don't respond. Just step back and wait." I back away from the door, my heart hammering. Mr. Darcy is at my feet, tail puffed up, sensing my fear. The knocking stops. Silence. Then I hear it. Someone trying the handle, testing it. The new lock holds, but they're persistent, rattling it more forcefully. "I know you're in there," the voice says, and all friendliness is gone now. "Open the door. We just want to talk." Footsteps in the hallway, running. Then Dante's voice, cold and lethal. "You have 3 seconds to leave this building before I break every bone in your hand." "Boss, we weren't going to..." 1. Scuffling sounds, multiple footsteps retreating quickly. Then Dante's at my door. "Sophia, it's me. Open up." I fumble with the locks, hands shaking, and he's inside immediately, scanning me for injury. "Did they touch you?" "No, I didn't open the door." "Good." He pulls out his phone, barks orders in Italian. Then he looks at me, and his expression shifts to something gentler. "Pack a bag." "What?" "You're not staying here. Not safe enough. But you said the locks? The locks will stop most people. These aren't most people." He's already moving through my apartment, checking windows, angles of entry. "They're professionals. Someone hired them specifically to get to you." "Who?" "Enemies. I have a lot of them." He's in my bedroom now, pulling a bag from my closet. 3 days of clothes. Essentials. Leave everything else. "Dante?" "Now, Sophia." It's not harsh, but it's absolute. "Please, don't make me force this." I pack mechanically, my brain struggling to process. This is real. There are people trying to get to me because I kissed a dangerous man, because I let him into my life, because I sent a wrong email at midnight 3 days ago. "Where are we going?" I ask. "Somewhere safe." He takes my bag, slinging it over his shoulder. Then he cups my face with his free hand, thumb brushing my cheekbone. "I'm sorry. I tried to keep you separate from this. But they moved faster than I expected." "Who are they?" "People who want to hurt me by hurting what's mine." His eyes are intense, dark, serious. "And make no mistake, Sophia, you're mine now. Whether you agreed to that or not, the decision's been made for both of us." I should argue. Should protest the possessive claim, the assumption of ownership. Instead, I lean into his touch. "Okay." Something flares in his eyes. Surprise, satisfaction, heat. "Okay?" "Take me somewhere safe." He leans down, presses his forehead to mine. "I'm never letting anything happen to you. Do you understand?" "Never." I believe you. And the terrifying part is that I do. Safe turns out to be a penthouse on the 43rd floor of a building in the Gold Coast that probably costs more than I'll make in my lifetime. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlook Lake Michigan. The furniture is all dark leather and expensive wood. There's art on the walls that might be actual Rothkos, and everywhere I see evidence of Dante. Books in Italian, a half-finished chess game on a side table, reading glasses on the kitchen counter, endearingly normal. "This is your home," I say quietly. "One of them." He sets my bag down, then turns to face me. "You'll stay in the guest room. Separate space, separate bathroom. This isn't... I'm not trying to trap you here." Feels a lot like trapping. "It's protection." He runs a hand through his hair, a gesture of frustration I haven't seen before. "There's a difference." "Is there?" I walk to the windows, looking out at the city spreading below. From this height, Chicago looks beautiful, orderly, safe. "You made me leave my home. You're keeping me here. You won't tell me who's after us or why. That's not protection, Dante. That's control." "You're right." His voice is closer now. He's moved behind me, not touching, but near enough that I can feel him. It is control. Because if I lose control, if I let anything happen to you, I'll tear this entire city apart. I turn to face him. "Why? You barely know me." That doesn't seem to matter. His jaw is tight, his eyes searching mine. "Believe me, I've tried to logic my way out of this. You're a complication, a vulnerability, everything I've spent years avoiding. But when I got that email, when I read your address and realized someone might be hurting you..." He breaks off, shaking his head. "I've done terrible things, Sophia, things that would make you hate me. But the thought of someone touching you, hurting you, that's the first time in 15 years I've felt real fear." My breath catches. 15 years? Since I lost someone. The words are careful, measured. Someone I should have protected. "Who?" "My sister, Elena." His voice roughens on the name. "She was 17. I was 20. I'd just started working for the family that runs the South Side. She begged me to quit, said it was too dangerous. I didn't listen. He pauses, and pain flashes across his face. Rival family took her to get to my boss. I found her 3 days later. Oh, God. I reach for him instinctively. Dante, they left her in an alley, like garbage. His hands curl into fists. I'd spent 3 days searching, promising God I'd do anything if she was alive. But she wasn't. And the people who took her, they smiled when I found them. Smiled. What did you do? What do you think I did? His eyes meet mine, dark and hard. I became exactly the monster they thought I was. And I've been that monster ever since. We stand there, the silence heavy with his confession. I should be running, should be demanding he take me back home, lock myself away from this world of violence and revenge and danger. Instead, I close the distance between us and wrap my arms around him. He goes rigid with surprise, then slowly, so slowly, his arms come around me. He buries his face in my hair, and I feel him shaking slightly. "You're not a monster," I whisper. "You don't know what I've done. I know you upgraded my locks. I know you made sure I ate. I know you put your body between me and danger." I pull back enough to look at him. "That's not a monster. That's someone who cares too much." "Caring is what makes men like me dangerous," he says roughly. "I'm not afraid of dying, haven't been for years, but you... God, Sophia, you scare me." "Good," I say, surprising myself. "You scare me too. But I'm still here." His hand comes up, cupping my face, thumb tracing my bottom lip. "You should run." "Where would I go?" "You'd just follow." A ghost of a smile touches his mouth. "True."
So instead of running, tell me the truth. All of it. Who's after me? What do they want? And what are you going to do about it? He studies me for a long moment, like he's making a decision that will change everything. Then he nods slowly. "Okay," he says. "But once you know there's no going back, you'll be part of this world, my world. And it's not a world you can leave. I sent you an email 3 days ago. I think I've already left the normal world behind." He laughs, actually laughs, short and rough. "You have no idea how true that is." He takes my hand, leads me to the couch. "Sit. This is going to take a while." And he tells me everything. The organization he works for, runs actually, though he doesn't say it that explicitly, controls half the South Side and parts of the West Side. Legitimate businesses fronting for less legitimate operations. Protection rackets, money laundering, strategic alliances with other families. He's not the head of the operation, but he's high enough that his decisions matter, his enemies multiply, and his weaknesses become targets. And I, accidentally, became a weakness. "The man I hospitalized," Dante says, pacing now, unable to sit still. "Vincent. He's nephew to Angelo Ricci, who controls the North Side. We've had an agreement for 5 years. Stay out of each other's territory, share certain information, keep peace. But Vincent's ambitious, stupid. He's been trying to start a war, thinking he can take over once the dust settles." "And me?" "Vincent saw Marco bring you home. Made inquiries. Found out I'd bought your building, upgraded your security, was watching you." His jaw tightens. "In our world, that kind of attention means something. It means you're valuable. So he tried to use you to draw me out." The fake journalist. "One of Vincent's crew. They would have taken you, held you, forced me to negotiate." He stops pacing, looks at me. "I would have given them anything to get you back. Vincent knows that. So did his uncle, when Vincent was stupid enough to brag about his plan." "What happened to Vincent?" "Angelo handled him. Personally." Dante's expression is grim. "Family politics. Vincent embarrassed him, violated our agreement, put business at risk. Angelo's message was clear. I don't ask what that message looked like. I don't want to know." "So it's over?" I ask instead. For now, Angelo and I came to an understanding. You're under official protection, not just mine, but the entire Southside organization's. Anyone who touches you answers to both of us. He sits down beside me, close but not touching. But there will be others, Sophia. Other enemies. Other threats. This is what my life looks like. This is what it will always look like. So what does that mean for me? It means you have a choice. His voice is rough. You can go back to your apartment, your teaching, your normal life. I'll keep security on you. From a distance, invisible. You'll be safe, but you'll be alone. Or you stay with me in this world, which means danger, but it also means... He trails off like he can't say it. Means what? I press. Means you're mine, completely, in every way that matters in this world. His eyes are intense on mine. In my world, when a man claims a woman, it's not casual. It's forever. It's a statement. It's marriage, I finish, my heart pounding. Eventually, yes. He reaches for my hand, threading our fingers together. I'm not asking you to marry me tonight, but I'm telling you that's where this goes. If you stay, if you choose this, you'll be my wife, my partner, my liability and my greatest weapon all at once. I should need time. Should need to think, to process, to consult with friends and family and probably a therapist. But the truth is, I already know my answer. I've known since he stood in my apartment that first night and checked on my cat, since he bought my building to keep me safe, since he showed up at Whole Foods just to make sure I got home okay. This dangerous, violent, protective man somehow became mine in the space of 3 days, and I became his just as completely. Okay, I say quietly. His hand tightens on mine. Okay? I'll stay. I'll choose this. You. I look up at him, and I see my own vulnerability reflected in his eyes. But you have to promise me something. Anything. No more secrets. If there's danger, I need to know. If there are threats, I need to be aware. I'm not fragile, Dante. I won't break. You're the strongest person I've ever met, he says roughly. But that doesn't mean I won't try to protect you from everything. Try all you want, but tell me the truth while you're doing it. He laughs, pulling me against his chest. Deal. We sit like that for a long time, his arms around me, my head on his shoulder. Through the window, the sun is setting over Lake Michigan, painting the sky in shades of blood and gold. What happens now? I ask eventually. Now I make some calls, set up the official protections, introduce you to the people who matter. He presses a kiss to my temple. And then we figure out what normal looks like for us. I don't think we're going to have a normal. No, he agrees, but we'll have our normal. That's enough. My phone buzzes. I pull it out, expecting Sarah or a spam call. Instead, it's an email notification from a sender I don't recognize, but with a subject line that makes my blood run cold. You made a mistake choosing him. I open it before I can think better of it. There's no message body, just an attachment. A photo. It's me, walking into Whole Foods 3 days ago. The timestamp shows it was taken before Dante arrived, which means someone else was watching me. Someone who knew to watch before anyone should have known I mattered. Dante. My voice shakes as I hand him the phone. His expression goes black with rage as he looks at the photo. When was this taken? Thursday. Before you showed up at the store. Before Vincent even knew about you. He's already on his feet, phone to his ear, barking orders in Italian. Then he looks at me, and there's something in his eyes I haven't seen before. Someone else is watching you. Someone who knew about you before my own people did. How is that possible? I don't know yet. His jaw is tight. But I'm going to find out. And when I do, he breaks off, shaking his head. Get dressed. We're leaving. Where? Somewhere even safer than this. Somewhere no one knows about. He's already moving, grabbing guns from hidden compartments, checking ammunition with practiced efficiency. Pack only what you need for 3 days. We leave in 10 minutes. Dante, what's happening? He stops, crosses to me, cups my face in both hands. What's happening is someone else wants you, and I'm not going to let them have you. His thumb brushes my cheekbone. You're mine, Sophia, and I protect what's mine, no matter what it costs. Then he's gone, moving through the penthouse with lethal purpose, and I'm left holding my phone with that threatening email still glowing on the screen. I don't know what I've gotten myself into. But as I move to pack, as I prepare to run again, I realize something that should terrify me, but instead fills me with a strange, fierce certainty. I'm not afraid. Not of the danger, not of the threats, not even of the mysterious enemy who's been watching me longer than I knew. Because I have Dante, and Dante has me. And somehow, in the space of 3 days and one wrong email, that became the only truth that matters. 3 weeks later, I'll learn the truth. Learn that the person watching me wasn't an enemy at all, but someone from Dante's own organization. Someone who'd been tracking threats and saw me enter his orbit before anyone else did. Someone who decided that I was either the best thing that could happen to Dante or the weakness that would finally destroy him. But that's a story for another night. Tonight, I pack my bag for the second time in 3 days. I follow Dante out of his penthouse and into an armored SUV. I watch Chicago disappear behind us as we drive toward a safe house that even his closest people don't know about. And I accept, finally, what I've been trying to deny since that first night when he showed up at my door. I sent an email to the wrong person, and the Mafia boss who replied, "I'm on the way," just became my future, whether I was ready for it or not.